Secret experiments, mind control, and one of the CIA's darkest projects. What really happened during Project MKUltra? Get ready to uncover the darkest secrets of the US government and meet 3 victims of this fateful project. Hello, curious minds. Welcome back to Deciphering Stories, where we explore the greatest mysteries, conspiracy theories, and historical facts that defy our understanding. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an intriguing video like this. Leave your like and share with friends who love discovering dark secrets from the past. Project MKUltra was started by the CIA in the early 1950s, in the middle of the Cold War. The goal? Investigate mind control methods for use in espionage and interrogations. Inspired by fears that the Soviet Union and other enemies were developing similar techniques, the CIA embarked on a dark journey of human experimentation. Codenamed MKUltra, the project was authorized by then CIA Director Allen Dulles. The experiments were conducted in secret, often without the knowledge or consent of the participants. Respected institutions, such as universities and hospitals, were used as fronts for the experiments. But what were these experiments like, and who were the subjects of these experiments? MKUltra's experimentation methods included the use of drugs, such as LSD, hypnosis, shock therapy, sensory deprivation, and other mind control techniques. Participants ranged from prisoners, psychiatric patients, and even ordinary citizens. One of the most notorious drugs used was LSD. The CIA believed that LSD could be used to manipulate people's minds, and carried out large-scale experiments to explore its effects. Additionally, hypnosis and sensory deprivation techniques were used to break individuals' will, an attempt to reprogram their minds. These methods were not only unethical, but also resulted in irreparable harm to many participants. Now let's meet 3 of these participants, who unfortunately had their lives changed from this moment on. Frank Olson, a United States Army biochemist, became one of the first and most tragic victims of the controversial Project MKUltra. Olson worked at the Army Biological Warfare Laboratory at Fort Detrick, Maryland. He was involved in the development of biological weapons, a highly secret work of extreme strategic importance. In November of 1953, during a meeting of scientists and CIA agents at a cabin on Deep Creek Lake, Maryland, Olson was secretly drugged with LSD as part of a mind control experiment conducted by MKUltra. Without Olson's knowledge or consent, the substance was put into his drink, and the effect was devastating. Olson, already facing the stress of his undercover work, began to suffer intense bouts of anxiety, paranoia, and mental confusion. In the days that followed, his mental state deteriorated rapidly. He was taken to New York to be evaluated by a CIA psychiatrist, Dr. Harold Blauer, who was also involved in the LSD experiments. On November 28, 1953, just 9 days after being drugged, Frank Olson fell to his death from the 13th floor of the Statler Hotel in New York. The circumstances of his death were initially reported as suicide, but decades of investigations and subsequent revelations suggest that Olson may have been murdered to prevent him from revealing secrets about CIA experiments. Frank Olson's death was a tragedy that highlighted the profound ethical and human failings of Project MKUltra. His family fought for years to discover the truth, and in 1975, the case gained national attention when President Gerald Ford publicly apologized to the Olson family after shocking revelations about MKUltra came to light. Frank Olson was not just a victim of an era of paranoia and despair. His story serves as a grim reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and unethical science. His life and death continue to resonate as a warning against abuses of power, and the importance of maintaining humanity and morality in even the most secretive and critical scientific research. If you are enjoying this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel, and share your theories about MKUltra in the comments below. We want to know what you think. In 1953, Harold Blauer, a professional tennis player, sought treatment for depression at the New York State Psychiatric Institute. He was at a vulnerable time in his life, seeking help to overcome his emotional difficulties. However, what Blauer didn't know was that he would become an unwitting victim of a secret experiment conducted under the CIA's Project MKUltra. Blauer was admitted to receive conventional psychological treatment, but, without his knowledge or consent, he was turned into a test subject for hallucinogenic drug experiments. The CIA, in collaboration with the United States Army, was carrying out a series of tests on chemical substances to investigate their effects on human behavior. Among these substances was mescaline, a potent hallucinogen extracted from the peyote cactus. In early January 1953, Harold Blauer received several injections of mescaline in increasing doses. The doctors and scientists involved were interested in observing Blauer's reactions to the drug, but did not consider the dangers or consequences of his actions. Blauer began to suffer serious side effects, including hallucinations, extreme paranoia, and intense psychological and physical suffering. On January 8, 1953, Harold Blauer died from an overdose of mescaline administered during one of these experiments. His death was initially covered up, and the true motives were hidden under the cloak of military secrecy and clandestine CIA operations. It was only decades later, in 1975, that the truth about Harold Blauer's death came to light. During United States Senate investigations into the CIA's activities, shocking details about Project MKUltra and the unethical experiments carried out were revealed to the public. Blauer's family was devastated to discover that he had been an unwitting victim of a cruel and inhumane experiment. Harold Blauer's death is a heartbreaking example of the abuses committed under Project MKUltra. He trusted the healthcare system for help, and was instead betrayed and used as a guinea pig in mind control experiments. His tragic story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of ethics in science and medicine, and the need to protect the rights and dignity of all human beings, especially the most vulnerable. Today, Harold Blauer's memory continues to be a symbol of the fight against abuses of power and the search for justice for victims of unethical scientific experiments. His story resonates as an ongoing call for us to never allow such atrocities to occur again. Linda MacDonald is one of the most well-known victims of the infamous Project MKUltra. Linda was a patient of Dr. Ewan Cameron at the Allen Memorial Institute in Montreal, Canada. She sought treatment for postpartum depression, but what she found was a nightmare that would change her life forever. Under Cameron's care, Linda was subjected to a series of brutal treatments, which included intense sessions of electroshock therapy, administration of high doses of psychotropic drugs, and long periods of sensory deprivation. These procedures, which Cameron called psychic driving, were intended to erase the patient's memories and reprogram their minds. However, for Linda, these experiments resulted in almost total memory loss and severe psychological damage. She spent weeks, sometimes months, in drug-induced comas, while repetitive recordings played over and over, trying to implant new ideas in her mind. Linda lost all of her memories prior to the treatments, including her own identity and her family. She had to relearn basic skills such as walking, talking, and using the toilet. Decades later, Linda MacDonald's story came to light, revealing the cruelty of the MKUltra experiments. In a series of legal proceedings, she and other victims sought justice and compensation for the abuses they suffered. In 1992, the Canadian government acknowledged the harm caused and awarded financial compensation to Linda and other victims of Cameron's experiments. Linda MacDonald's story is a grim reminder of the dangers of unethical experiments and the potential for abuse of power by government institutions. Her courage in speaking out about her ordeal brought a dark chapter of history to light and helped ensure that such atrocities are never forgotten. Despite the scale and severity of the experiments, MKUltra was kept secret for decades. The CIA took extreme measures to ensure its dark deeds were not discovered, including destroying documents and intimidating witnesses. In 1973, the then director of the CIA, Richard Helms, ordered all documents related to MKUltra to be destroyed. However, some documents escaped destruction and ended up revealing the truth about the experiments. Additionally, several witnesses and victims began speaking out, bringing MKUltra into the public light. Learning from past mistakes is crucial to preventing future abuse. MKUltra taught us valuable lessons about the need for oversight and transparency. Legislative reforms following the MKUltra revelations included greater oversight of intelligence agencies and the creation of independent committees to monitor their activities. Public awareness has also increased, leading to greater scrutiny of secret government projects. Thank you for following this dark journey through Project MKUltra. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the Deciphering Stories channel, and turn on notifications to continue exploring mysteries and conspiracy theories with us. Share this video with friends who also love uncovering dark secrets from the past. Leave your opinions and theories in the comments below. We want to hear what you think. To the next.